Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Okay, we have our guests ready for us right here on the Morning Crossfire. It's Democracy Day, and we have a conversation right here talking about democracy in Nigeria, and we're looking at the state of democracy in the country. I'm joined by public affairs analyst and media consultant Deyemi Saka. Deyemi Saka, good morning to you. He's on the line on the phone from somewhere.
Good morning, Kofi. Nice to be here. Can I say Happy New Year?
Deyemi Saka is a good one. He joins us from an undisclosed location. Also joining us on the line, we have Sayolu Juwon. Juwon Sayolu, good morning to you. Can you hear me, please?
Oh, good morning. I can hear you. Good morning.
Right. Juwon Sayolu is the convener or coordinator of Take It Back movement. I hope I got it right, my brother.
National coordinator.
National coordinator. Fantastic. Yes, sorry about that. Deyemi Saka, I'll come to you shortly. But Juwon Sayolu, your movement has called on Nigerians to hit the streets today. Tell us why you are on the streets. Today is Democracy Day.
Yes, the reason we're on the streets are on the premise of a series of demands, at the heart of which is the repeal of the Cybercrime Act. It is our view that the Cybercrime Act threatens free speech, freedom of expression, and since the act was signed into law, journalists have been jailed with it, activists have been victims, social media users have been hounded with this same law. The intention of the law is of the Cybercrime Act, to be precise, is towards the end of stifling the rights of Nigerians to free speech, and that is what it has done since it has been introduced. We have also, under the government of Tinubu, we have witnessed massive repression of the civic space, an expression of which the regime now likens peaceful protest to treason. You will recall that last year, even children who were protesting during the end bad governance, saying they were hungry, they were jailed for days, stabbed in police cells, so that when they eventually appeared to court, a federal judge wanted to try children for treason. The children were collapsing in court. That is the state of civic space in Nigeria today. Under the government of Tinubu, the government is invading civil society organizations. They are invading with the state forces. They are invading the trade unions. We saw that happen for the most of last year. Even today, for the mere fact that Amnesty International issued a report on the state of security in the country, over 400,000 people were displaced due to insecurity in Benue State. In Plateau State, over 68,000.
Okay. Sorry.
Over 10,000 people have been killed.
Just to find out.
But rather than the government addressing this issue, the NSA, they started intimidating Amnesty International. That is the character of the regime we have in place: intimidating journalists, intimidating activists, intimidating the trade unions, intimidating the civil society. And the end goal is very simple. They want to continue to push their anti-neoliberal, poverty-stricken policies on the Nigerian people, so that we will be unable to talk, we will not be able to resist. Today, over 133 million are living in
Sayolu, please hold on. Did you say that the federal government is, or the administration Bola Tinubu is, President Bola Tinubu is infiltrating trade unions and civil society? Is that what you mean, or that they're just intimidating them? I need to get
they're intimidating them. Last year, the NSC secretariat was invaded by the DSS.
Okay, hold on.
We saw the same thing happen with Serap.
Okay.
Today, the Office of the National Security at the NSA is intimidating Amnesty International.
All right.
The NSA last year detained several protesters for weeks.
Okay. Hold the thought. I'll come to you shortly. Back to you shortly, Juwon Sayolu. But I want to go over to Deyemi Saka. Deyemi Saka, once again, good morning. Today's Democracy Day.
Good morning, Kofi.
Yes, welcome. Today's Democracy Day, and what we're seeing is that some Nigerians, like the Take It Back movement, are seeing this as a day to protest against the federal government. Are you on the same page? You think it's something to be done on a day like this, or it's more of a day of celebration of our democratic values and how far we've come as a nation 26 years on?
No, let me say this, that there is no special day to demonstrate or not to demonstrate. they can choose to do today. Their wisdom to feel today is the day to amplify their message and to get it home. But for me, I listen to, the reasons, adduced or put forward, for the protest and what have you. While, yes, you can want to agree that a lot of people have been arrested under the Cybercrime Act or whatever, but Kofi, you and I have been on different platforms. You've engaged me, we've had engagements, and you probably tell me you want to caution some things, and we go back and forth, and my choice of words and how I'm very careful. I started not making outlandish, plurals, or unfounded or substantiated allegations. We should not encourage irresponsibility among Nigerians. But if you're looking at defamation of character or libel, it can be pursued, and probably it can be addressed in two dimensions. It's also civil and criminal. As a criminal offense, you have the police having the prosecutorial power and everything. As civil, you can decide to take anybody to court, and the two can be applied simultaneously. So let's be clear on that. And because you find a lot of irresponsible commentators on people's pages, posts, and what have you. I've been through it in the last 1 week. Come up with a post, and the next one is saying I've been paid, I've been qualified, I've been silly, accusations or allegations.
Okay, so
that if I have a good face to.
Yeah. So this is in response to what Sanyolu has said about attacks on journalists, attacks on and
but now let's look at it. You cannot, because you're either what's it called? I know human rights activist, a journalist.
Okay.
You go to the press or public platforms and make accusations, allegations you cannot substantiate. You're putting yourself in the line of fire of the law.
Okay, hold on. You want to
are you done
there?
The accurate reportage? But away from that, Kofi.
Okay, hold on, Deyemi. I want him to respond to that. I hope you heard what Deyemi Saka guest said.
I could barely hear him.
Okay, he's saying that there's a lot of responsible commentary, journalism, reportage. People are engaging probably in libel, in some slander, and you cannot be irresponsible when you have the opportunity to write about someone or to comment on someone. So you must be responsible if you're commenting on someone's affairs. Talking about Cybercrime Act and all that. Well, what do you say to that?
Well, there is already a provision in the law for whoever feels defamed to seek redress in the court of law. It's in a civil manner. But what the government, agents of government, have done is manipulating public institutions into intimidating Nigerians. Say for instance, there's even a very popular case with Barrister Femi Falana. He felt defamed. Femi Falana did not go and arrest the person who defamed him. Femi Falana went to the court and sued for libel. But what we have witnessed with people in power or people in positions of power is that they have turned taxpayers' institutions, the police, the judiciary, into institutions that eventually does their biddings. Take the case of take the case of Deyemi as an example. Deyemi wrote an article that a big man does not like. Then the big man instructed the police in Ekiti, and the police drove all the way from Ekiti down to Lagos, and they picked up Deyemi. Deyemi was jailed for weeks. There is Olamide Thomas. Are you listening to me?
Yes, okay. There's
a case of Olamide Thomas. Olamide Thomas participated in a protest in the NSAS memorial protest. They were mourning 2 years of Lekki massacre. And rather than police conducting themselves in a peaceful manner, the protesters were violently repressed. In many cases, they were sexually harassed. That was the case of Olamide Thomas. Rather than the police, sorry, let me land. Rather than the police apologizing, Olamide Thomas was praised because apparently Olamide Thomas, because of the harassment and assault he faced, he started raising curses on the Inspector General of Police, on the police spokesperson, which is understandable. Rather than the police even apologizing that a lady was assaulted, beaten, sexually harassed because she was protesting, she was traced all the way from Abuja. They traced her to her house in Abeokuta. She was ferried to Abuja and tried under the Cybercrime Act. Olamide Thomas spent Christmas and New Year in jail.
We get your point. So you get it. But I just want to quickly give Deyemi Saka a chance to respond. I'll come back to you. Deyemi Saka, are you there?
I'm here. I'm so much around.
Okay. Are you guys on the same page? Or do you still feel that? What do you think about what he said? Before I ask you my next question.
I think there's a need for education. That somebody chose to pursue or prosecute or probably seek redress in court as a civil matter when it comes to libel and defamation doesn't take away the fact that there's also a criminal aspect of it. But once you understand that there's criminal defamation and you can also go the civil way, the civil route, then you can understand that it's not somebody dictating to the police or police, pandering to the ego of one big man. It is our law. And if you believe the law is archaic, the law is primitive and what have you, and can I say draconian, there are better ways to engage it. You probably could get the NBA to probably start petitioning the National Assembly for a repeal or amendments of the sections or some sections of the law. That is how I feel. As an individual, we can address things that has to do with either the constitutionality of some laws or what have you. Because you're looking at the Cybercrime Act. Also, there's the Criminal Justice Act and the Penal Code in the Northern Nigeria. There's the Constitution. As long as the proposition of any of these bylaws doesn't contradict or doesn't run foul with provisions of the Constitution, I think we're home and dry. And if it does,
all right,
I think the NBA and other probably judicial or legal bodies and what have you should step in and do the right thing. They cannot shut down the whole country because one tells to amend the law. They are on the street, but the people that make the law, who amend it, are in Abuja, in the National Assembly.
Okay, hold on.
Well, I want to contend that there is no such thing as criminal defamation. These are just manifestations in the figment of this kind of laws are in the figment of their imaginations. It is the reason, as a matter of fact, it is the reason they could not try Dele Farotimi in Lagos. Then they had to ferry him to Ekiti. In their thinking, they thought that criminal defamation was still existing in Ekiti. By the time they got to Ekiti, they discovered that there was no such thing. And that is the reason. That is the reason every case the police have tried using criminal libel as a justification has suffered. They've come back embarrassed. But it is not the case that the police and those who perpetuate in this lawlessness do not know that there is no such thing as criminal defamation. The end goal is to get you punished. That is it. For instance, Dele Farotimi was tried under a non-existent law, and he was in jail for weeks. Olamide was tried under that non-existent law. She was jailed for weeks. Before, as a matter of fact, she spent Christmas and New Year in prison. But after then, they could not pursue the case any longer. The fact is that we are under a government, we are under a regime that is very, very hostile to freedom of speech. What use is the the Cybercrime Act when you have a provision of a law constitutionally recognized for libel? You understand? But the end goal is not. These people are not after. They are not. They have no interest in the truth. Okay. You understand? They only have interest in stopping Nigerians from speaking.
All right.
You do not want so that when Nigerians are complaining that they are hungry, you are trying them for treason. So that when Nigerians are saying that they don't have food, you are sending them to jail. What kind of government? People are asking for food, you are giving them.
But he made a point. He made a point that you don't need to shut down the entire. Deyemi Saka, can you hear me, please? Deyemi Saka, are you there? sorry, my brother. He made a point that you don't have to shut down the entire country just because of a protest. That you can go to Abuja. After all, the National Assembly members are in Abuja. David, can you hear me, please?
I'm with you.
So he made a point that you can go to Abuja, Juwon Sanyolu. You can go to Abuja and work through your National Assembly members to repeal any law that you want to repeal. You don't need to shut down the entire country. And what do you say to that, Juwon? Okay, Juwon, are you there?
So you said what? I can't hear you.
Yeah,
sorry.
he's made a point that you don't need to shut down the entire country because of one law. You can go to Abuja, use a National Assembly members to repeal the law or amend it.
Well, it's not in the place to tell us where and how to protest. Nigerians are across 36 states. You understand, and they have a duty to and the so-called Cybercrime Act. The same way it is being used to attack Nigerians in Lagos is the same way they are using it in Kano. It's the same way they are using it in Abuja. So Nigerians can congregate anywhere in protest of this nefarious law. And if he feels that, then I agree with him that Nigerians should also congregate to the National Assembly. As a matter of fact, these are part of our cause, and we encourage him, if he has agreed that the Cybercrime Act is actually criminal, he should also lead the protest down to the National Assembly. We will support such an action.
Right.
But to say otherwise will be hypocritical and unpatriotic, if I'm allowed to use their language.
Okay, Deyemi Saka, you want to say something?
Well, not that I don't believe in the right to protest by Nigerians, but I probably believe in doing things strategically to get results. And it's not just about doing things just to be on record as actions were carried out.
Okay.
And if they feel this out, they want to get their results, it's in their wisdom and their judgment to do so, or I feel rightly so about it, I feel strongly about it. But for me, I believe we have enough mechanisms in place that probably could, these actions can support debate on the floor of National Assembly, no doubt. But I think for strategic, and for faster implementation and results, I think legal organizations like NBE, they probably be
hold the thought.
The National Assembly.
We'll come back to you in a matter of seconds, okay? Juwon, also please stay with me. We'll come back to you in a matter of seconds.
Every day when my children return from school, I don't recognize them. Hello, do I know you?
It's us, mommy.
But these dirty, sweaty uniforms and socks, we're clean in the morning. Everything don't transform. I understand though, school is hectic. It takes energy to come home this transformed. So I make sure they have some nutritious Milo at breakfast.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo. I don't know, man. These days, all you hear is save, invest, save, invest. Wait, how do you guys find this money? Is it not someone that is settled that will have money to save and invest? And even if I manage to invest or save, the interest rates are so low. And one can lose money in all these crypto, NFT, blockchain, and so on.
Introducing Fund 724. It's a simple solution to all your money goals. With as low as 1,000 Naira or that urgent 2K in your pocket, you can start saving with Fund 724 and earn solid returns on your investment. And you can withdraw your money from your account for free. Anytime you like, just dial *724# on your mobile phone and follow the prompts.
Oh, so no need to download an app or join a long queue, huh?
Dial *724# now to get started. Fund 724 is available 24/7. Guarantee Trust Fund Managers is a subsidiary of Guarantee Trust Holding Company PLC and regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info, daily winnings is now over 150,000 Naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Play with as little as 500 Naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays, and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 Naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. But your chances of winning are the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3 hash. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission.
It's amazing how your child grows up before your eyes. Enable their thriving development and the care they need with the new NanKid 4 with HMOs to support your child's development, probiotics to help your child's digestion and development, and high-quality proteins to support age-appropriate growth. And all of these work together to support your child's development and growth today and tomorrow. NanKid 4. Nourish your child's potential.
Start your children's day with a great taste of Ovaltine, enriched with multi-nourishment, calcium, malt, and vitamin B12 to support learning and playtime. Ovaltine, smart choice for smart kids.
One day now, one day. One no go rest day. Say you still fit go on holiday. Make you know they complain. Retire in grand style. Make it worth your while. Choose a partner that will stress you out. Let's shape your future. Access ARM is working for you. Access ARM is investing for you. To live a life that you dream for you. We no go for your head.
Let's help you shape the future you deserve. Access ARM Pensions. Future shaping.
Okay, so this is your total. Do you need anything else?
Yeah, I would like to pay for the person at the back. In fact, add one pack of Malta Guinness.
Guy, I won't give you my number. Why are you paying for me?
I just feel like doing good. I don't need a reason to share goodness.
Goodness is not just an expression, it's a way of life. So share the goodness with someone today.
Bro, one for me too, Abby.
Yes, so one cold Malta Guinness for you too.
Malta Guinness. Enjoy a world of good.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back. Still the Morning Crossfire. We're talking about the state of democracy in the country. We can take your calls now. Please call 0201 465 7190. 0201 465 7190. And of course, you can call 0201 277 0993. 0201 277 0993. Those numbers are available for you. WhatsApp number is 08095 975805. Please send your messages to our WhatsApp 08095 975805. Please send your messages there. We're also streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. You can also drop your comments. I'll be looking out for them. What is the state of democracy in Nigeria today as we speak? What are your thoughts? A lot of people have said democracy is under, attack. Nigeria is being led into a one-party state situation or one-party domination, or de facto one-party state. Do you agree with that? Is democracy under threat in the country? Your thoughts are welcome. We have a guest. Deyemi Saka is a public affairs analyst and media consultant. He joins us live via phone. And of course, we have Jiwon Sanyolu, who is the national coordinator of the Take It Back movement, who today organized a nationwide protest against what they're calling the cybercrime law, actually. Is what it's called. And we'll be glad to hear from you. Before I go back to our guests, we have some calls coming through. Let's pick them. 99.3. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, who's on the line, please?
Yeah, you are speaking with Mr. Fuchi from Akoka.
All right, welcome.
How are you doing, my brother?
Very well, thank you.
My brother is, you see, it's a clear fact that this is not democracy. Like Jimmy Disu, who is one of my mentors, I've always told him in the studio there. He said he enjoyed doing his journalist business under the military and under the government. And which is the true fact. The cyber... Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, please go on. Please go on.
The cyber act is illegal, it's suppressive, it's intimidating. Even I've been listening to your guests, I'm so impressed with the other convener. Excellent. You understand what I'm saying? So, what I'm talking about, what we need is the movie. Tinubu was not who claimed, because I was part of them. I didn't see Tinubu. Nadeko was very elusive. I told my friends there that this Nadeko is a conglomeration of political criminals who want to chase away the military to take over the government. So at the top will get to their hand. And why so expressing today? This is not democracy. We can't talk, we can't protest. Today we are dying. Where I work, I'm a geologist. All the company I work, everything folded up. And the same thing Tinubu did in 1999. He imposed illegal tax on Nigerians in Lagos. We know that.
Okay.
You bring in the speaker, you bring in the leadership of state assembly. The same thing in Abuja.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. We'll be happy to pick more calls. 0201 465 7190. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Kofi.
Yes, welcome. Name, location, and country, please.
This is Oboli calling from Ikorodu. Good
Great,
morning
welcome.
to your guest as well. Mr. Kofi, I just want to say, I don't understand when you see people convening to speak up that their rights they are being stifled and made subservient, and the country is not going well, even on Democracy Day. You tell people to wait and not congregate because you feel, I can't really fathom my head around it. I can't wrap my head around it. Mr. Kofi, let me shock you. My phone blanked out for a couple of days, and I decided to go and fix my phone yesterday. And to my chagrin, to my shock, I was told that today, in the whole of Ikorodu, they want everybody to stay inside the house. There will be Oro today. And I was taken aback. Do you know the reason, Mr. Kofi? Simply because they don't want people to converge at the meeting point where this work will be held. You will bully the people. You will keep them in their houses. You will shush them up. You will make them subservient. You will make them stifle up. You keep them quiet. All because you want to politicize the whole thing. Now, Oro, again, has been politicized. Every time there's supposed to be a walk, a protest, or something, you hear them saying, Oro is out. I said I cannot come back tomorrow to come and pick my phone because they're telling me that there will be Oro. All because they know that today has been slated for this walk, this protest. Mr. Kofi, where else are we going? Do you think this is democracy? People will say, let there be a military rule. We know that is even worse. But is this a democracy?
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
One party dominated state.
Yeah, hold on.
And tell us to all keep quiet. There's no food. There's so much insecurity in the land. Everything is going haywire.
Okay, so you're saying democracy is being decimated under the political presidency.
Mr. Kofi, come to Ikorodu. They said today is Oro again.
Hold on.
Why was there no Oro before now?
Stay with me. Just give me a second. I'll come back to you.
This is rubbish.
Hold on. Please take it easy. Deyemi Saka, do you agree, that democracy is being, democratic rights are being eroded, let's say, under...
With Oro festivals.
Under Tinubu. Saka, are you there?
It's not. Yeah, it's not peculiar to the administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It's been there since 1999. And to people that will rub minds or share views or engage ourselves, I tell them democracy. The only thing democracy has served Nigerians is because I tell people democracy promotes capitalism, and what it has done since 1999 is to give us new breeds and increase numbers of capitalists we have in Nigeria. But away from that, there's not this. But what they've done, succeeded in from 1999 till date, is expanding or increasing the chasm between the led and the leaders. They're bringing about classism, if I can use that word, into Nigeria. And I'll cite a very quick example. I attended the Jabode Grammar School. I had my secondary school in Jabode Grammar School. Same school Chief Olabode attended. When I was in secondary school, the princes, I think 2-3 of them of the Aujalo of Jabolat were in the same school with me. It's a common thing for you to be in Unilag, what have you, and be in the same campus with the son of a community governor and what have you. But since 1999, that was what brought about the massive or the upsurge in enrollment, private schools, elitism, taking their kids out of the country.
What are you? You're saying it's not democracy is not being decimated or democratic
democracy
rights not being eroded.
The common man in Nigeria as it should from 1999.
Okay. So what I want you to comment on this current administration's democratic credentials, because I think that's where Mrs. Oboli, the caller, is driving at.
You see,
to get the Oro during democracy day, I should stay at home.
Hold on, madam.
My franchise. That's what he's saying.
Hold on, madam. No, he's trying to go. Yeah, David Saka, please.
Yeah, what do you call democracy? It's probably where you have a civil rule in place. To the best of my knowledge, there might be excesses there and there, but it's still in a democracy, and that's the bitter truth.
Okay,
you and I know that during the military era, we have control of extremely regulated media space. But it's been liberalized.
Okay, so it's better now. People can speak their minds.
That's just the beauty of democracy for all of us.
Ms. Oboli can call the radio station and say what she wants to say without being afraid of being detained in Dodan Barracks, right?
No, not the Barracks. You won't even get to the Barracks even as someone has committed treason. The best you can get is a Ikoyi. DMI getting sent or DSS center in Ikoyi, not the Barracks.
So once we can speak on radio, we go to the polling booths, we vote. As it stands, we have a viral democracy. That's what you're saying.
No, we have a semblance of democracy. We have a defined democracy, but might not be optimally defined, might not be functioning or running as it should be, because for me, it's not just about having a civil rule in place. It's about democracy was meant to bring governance closer to the people. But every actors involved in our democracy from 1999 to date, at all levels, are guilty of that, guilty of negating the tenets of multi-party representative democracy.
Okay.
All of them, no one is excluded at all.
Okay. So you're saying it's not only the president. She wants you to comment on this Oro Festival thing that she says in the Korodu. They've announced no one should. Is that the case, Mr. Boli? They've announced no one should come out.
Yes, so
for me,
yesterday.
Even if someone that believes so much in Yoruba traditional culture, even I tell people I'm an Isheshe person.
And it has to clash on the day of protest every time.
Hold on.
Not even just about today, but I find it distasteful. I find it barbaric and extremely backward. Somebody will go to work in the morning and the afternoon, they can't go back to Kodo because they say there's something called a state or a state that you cannot move at those. But it's in the 21st century. I'm an Ijebu guy. I still found at it that the Agemo Festival must be carried out during the day. These are things that should be adjusted.
All right. Mr. Boli, you want to say something? I kept it because I wanted your oral question to be addressed.
So what I want to say is, before this administration, Mr. Kofi, Oro Festival has been held not regularly, but during slated periods. But my question is that why, whenever there's a protest, they will always come out with this Oro issue? All this while you've not heard Oro.
All right, so you're blaming this administration.
Oh yes, 100%, Mr. Kofi.
All right, thank you.
100%.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Let's pick some other calls. 99.3. Good morning.
Well, Kofi,
hello.
The Oro Festival.
Yes, Saka, stay with me, please. I'll pick the call. I'll come to you shortly. Saka, yes. Caller, good morning. What's your name?
Yeah, this is Joy coming from Abuleta.
Okay, please go on quickly.
Okay, so one thing I know about this government is whenever you hold them accountable, you try to hold them accountable for what they do, their excesses. They would fight. It has been happening, since 50 years ago, since 1999. I tell you, Kofi, you see this oral stuff, they just started this stunt. It has not been happening. We've been celebrating what's it called, Democracy Day. All this while, we don't see them say do it during Oro period. It happened during 2023 election. They used Oro to try to stifle people. Now they are doing it. This is not democracy. In fact, it got worse. We think Buhari was even worse. It has gotten worse now with this President Tinubu's government. They just want to stifle people, and you are saying this is democracy. You fought as a medical man, and look at what you're doing now. It's really a shame. And when people come out to talk about this, try to defend me, they sweat. Some of them sweat to defend. Some of them, you see them, they talk so slowly, trying to make it look like they're saying the right thing. And it's not. It is glaring. Come out. People can't come out to protest. Jonathan time.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
People came out.
Thank you.
They protested. Sorry, my children are making noise.
No.
They protested.
Your time is up.
Fine.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We have a caller on WhatsApp. 99.3 WhatsApp caller. What's your name?
Hello, good morning. My name is Kofi. Kofi, good morning. My name is Joshua. Sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. Where are you listening from?
I'm listening from Austria, Kofi.
Okay, please go.
Yeah. So, Kofi, nice conversation you are having in the stadium. The problem I think we have is not the fact that our democracy it's not working very well. It's the people. We are the problem of the democracy. How do I mean? Look at it now. People are coming out to defend the government for the errors that they are doing. It's not that you are living a better life as in Nigeria, but just because this is maybe your tribal person that is in government, or because there's 1 naira or 2 naira you are benefiting from them, you come out and defend what is not right. The other day we were talking and I said, how better is this democracy to the military government that was there? Because this is even worse than military government.
All right.
You don't want people to come out to protest.
Okay. Thank you.
You know what you are doing is wrong. You don't want people to come out. You are bringing so many things out too, which does not happen anywhere in the world again.
All right. Thank you very much, bro. I appreciate your time all the way from Austria. Thanks for calling. Thank you. Okay, Deyemi Saka, back to you. You were about to comment. You wanted to say something on the other lady who called.
You see, I want to even address his comment. I know it is silly, and I'm saying that with all sense of accuracy. It is silly to believe and demand that some people cannot support the president, that even if they are supported because it's from their tribe. And if you look at the last election, the election of the last result, look at the performance of Peter Obi in Southwest, and I'm being specific. And look at the performance of other candidates in Southeast. Which region will you accuse of tribalism when it comes to the outlook of the results? Away from that, I was telling that the person that the custodian of this traditional rights and what have you are the traditional rulers, and they are even under the local government authority, not even the federal or state government. But now, to address this issue, it's a multi-party representative democracy. All of us cannot sleep and lie the same direction. People are meant to have divergent views. That is why you have over 50 political parties in Nigeria. Must all of us support or all of us be against the government? Kofi, you and I have sat down on a lot of platforms. You know my views about the government. And so when somebody are insinuating that somebody because of my tribe, I laugh. Do you know me? Do you know my do you know my record?
Okay. So, David Saka, thank you very much. Let's just go to the next caller. 99.3, good morning.
Hello, Kofi.
Yes, who do we have, please?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Gamala.
All right, welcome.
Now, it's not as if I'm supporting all the nonsense going on. But you see, Ikorodu and Ekpe are still the two most traditional areas of Lagos. Now, the last Oro festival happened on Children's Day. I was so... don't let me say I was so MAG. I said, these children won't be able to go out and enjoy themselves. I calculated, if you lived in Ikorodu long enough, you know when the next one will be. I calculated and I knew it would be June 12. I knew there will be Wahala.
Oh, there's a calculation for it?
Oh, yeah, sure. There is calculation.
Oh.
Before it used to be 7 days non-stop. Then it was brought down to 3 days. The 7 days non-stop was in the 60s and 70s. Then it was brought down to 3 consecutive days.
Wow.
Before it was now split. So we are in the split now. I think there's still one more happening. This is 16 days after the last one.
So
the next one is either I think 7 or 14 days after. Then I live in Igbobo. Okay. Igbobo will now start its own towards the end of June.
So how do you calculate?
The last one was 27th of May. 16 days ends today.
20 what?
So that's it. 16 days after the first one.
That's this
but
year.
The next one, I can't remember very well. Either it's maybe 14 or 16 days too.
Is it this year? Children's Day this year?
Yeah. The first one was on Children's Day this year. The children couldn't go out.
Is it possible that they calculated June 12th and then backdated the time so that it would be...
No.
All right. Grandma, you're a very wise woman. You've seen it all for years. Sorry about that. So thank you very much. We gotta go. Saka, please bear with me. I have one more call, then I'll come to you. So that's we have a WhatsApp caller. What's your name?
Hello, my name is Christopher.
Where are you listening from?
I'm calling from Switzerland.
Okay. All right, please go.
Yeah. I just wanted to make reference to one of the guys that is saying people are supporting Tinubu because of his tribe. I don't think it's tribalistic then. If you look at Oji Zokalu, he is not the same tribe as the president. So I think it has something to do with the elites. They are totally disoriented from the reality of what people are going through. And I don't think democracy is really being practiced in the system as it is right now. But to each their own. That's just all I want to impute.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. Deyemi Saka, looking at the talk of one-party state, rather put it one-party domination, a lot of defection from different parties to APC, Labour Party to APC, PDP to APC, SDP to APC, YPP to APC, APP to APC. Is democracy, multi-party democracy in Nigeria, slowly dying under the Bola Ahmed Tinubu presidency?
You see, the multi-party democracy is not dying under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It's rather the opposition not doing its job. And I'll tell you why. I'll cite 2 instances. Governor Sheriff of Delta State, Governor Pastor Eno, of Akwa Ibom, the likes of them. These are governors in their first term that probably want to seek re-election. There's leadership crisis in PDP. We've seen instances where such leadership crisis led those parties to and parties like the instance in Zamfara and in Rivers State. So how will I, as a sitting governor, will not be smart enough to lose my mandate because of some ego clash and ego tripping of some people in my party? That is one. 2, please, the opposition made it a North versus South thing. The likes of El-Rufai and Atiku. Please, do you think any Southerner, because we witnessed the 8 years of Muhammadu Buhari when Northerners across the 17 other states, let's even start with the NSAS protest, they came out, led by Governor Lalong, said they deployed their traditional religious leader to demonize the protest, not in his exact words, to painted it and to depreciate it along tribal and religious lines. Now, if the same El-Rufai came out and said we cannot criticize our leaders in public, for 8 years they were criminally silent against the misfortune of having President Muhammadu Buhari in office for 8 years. And now, just in 2 years, you are now moving against the Southerner. And this has been consistent since 1999.
Okay.
The only time the power is away from the North, they start shouting pro bad governance and what have you.
Right.
Even when Yar'Adua was dead, I will all celebrate as a good man and everything. When his presidency was a threat to our constitutionality, they kept quiet. They coming up with a lot of unfounded, ridiculous arrangement just to make sure power gets back to the North.
All right.
Jonathan was resigned. We saw the speculations that time.
Okay. So what's
they made it easier.
Mm-hmm.
They made it easier for people now to rally around a southern presidency. They made it easier, and with even Labour Party, you're not even so sure who is the chairman of the party as we speak.
All right.
And it is so irresponsible for you to be blaming APC for your house that is not in order. Put your house in order. Our house is in order.
Okay. So
and these people are politicians. We don't have independent candidacy in our constitution, provision for that in our constitution. You want to go to a political party that has structures that will win. And whether we like it or the two political parties with structures in Nigeria are just the PDP and the APC.
No, or Labour Party?
Where's the structure? Peter Obi put a remarkable, impressive face. But I don't think that will be replicated again.
All right. Okay, stay with me. As a call out the line, 99.3, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, well, your name and contribution, please, very quickly.
Good morning.
Okay.
Yes, I want to correct one impression. It is that somebody said that the last election that Southeast voted out of tribe. No. In 1999, they voted for Obasanjo instead of Kuele. I think the next election, they voted Obasanjo again. They continued doing this until Jonathan left. So now, this time around, they see somebody who is worthy to be in that position like they've been doing. We are businessmen. We are looking at this governance with business eye. Okay. So if we know you can't perform, it will not vote for you.
So you're saying even if it's an Igbo man, if you are incompetent, they won't vote for you?
Exactly.
Okay, so you just voted for the best candidate, not because of where it's from. We have to go. Deyemi Saka, a final thought from you. Final thought from you, very quickly, please, in like 30 seconds.
No, I think Nigerians should probably keep demonstrating their demand for good democracy, or democracy that's in line with all tenets of democracy at every election cycle. Yes, we are also at the mercy of the political parties, because it's the best they put forward, or whatever they put forward as their best, that we choose from. I think Nigerians should start voting for competence, for somebody, for anybody.
All right.
That probably aligns with their view, their thoughts and expectations. But in a multi-party representative democracy, we have divergent views.
Okay, we got
that will probably inform divergence, affiliations, allegiance, and choices we make.
Thank you very much, Deyemi.
Success is like an aeroplane. You only see the graceful flight high up in the sky, but not the roaring, powerful engines propelling it. Likewise, in the world of e-payment.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.